Hello, welcome to the second tutorial of PSOSM 2021. In this tutorial, we will be looking at how to use Python and how to install packages in Python. So, in the last tutorial, we had installed Ubuntu in a virtual machine. So here we have the same virtual machine, and here we'll be using Python from the terminal. So, as covered in the last tutorial, the way to access the terminal is to go to show applications, that is on the bottom left, and there you have to type in terminal and select that. Yeah, so this is where we will check if Python is installed, and we'll check how there are various ways to work your way around Python. So Ubuntu 20.04 comes with default Python installed. So if you just type in Python 3 and click enter, you will get this interpreter, right? So you can see the version here, Python 3.8.5, right? This is by default that comes. And yeah, so this is the interpreter for Python. So you can type in your commands and and see what happens here. So for example, let's say you just want to print something. The statement is print and the corresponding text in between the quotes. And if you want to declare variables, you can just write a variable name and assign it to any value. It could be a string or integer or anything. So if I do this, then a is equal to a string in between the quotes. So now variable a is declared, and if you want to access it or if you want to print it, you just type a and press enter. And if you want to find out what is the type of that variable, you can just type in type of, and within the parenthesis the variable name, and you can see that it is a string, right? And similarly you can declare integer. Similarly you can declare a float as well, right? So yeah, for clearing the screen, you can just press it Control L. And for importing any packages, let's say there is a package called request, you can access any URL using this. You can request, right? And if you want to let's get a particular website using this. So request dot get www.google.com, right? So this is the syntax. You have to import a library, and for getting a particular website, you have to do this. Response is equal to request.get the web URL, right? And whatever response is there, it will be stored in response, right? Yeah, so press enter. Yeah, and let's see. So you can print response, and you can say that you got a positive, you got a the response was 200. So these are all HTTP codes. So 200 means that the request was successful, right? So if you type in response.text, response.text, you can see all the source code of that page, right? Of the page source, right? So yeah, this is how you can you can import a library, and you can use the functions associated in that library, right? So to exit the interpreter, you just have to press Control D, right? Or you can type in exit and exit within the and followed by parenthesis, right? So here we looked at how to use Python from the interpreter. Now let's say you want to write a script. You can also write the Python code in a script and execute that script. So let's try that. To write a script, you can use any text editor. I am using Vim here. You can use Nano, Vim, VI, whatever, right? And Vim first, right? .py. You have to the extension of your file should be .py. Yeah, so that says that okay, Vim is not installed. Let me install that. For installing any packages in Ubuntu, this is the syntax: sudo apt install Vim. Vim is the package that I am installing, right? So it is pretty straightforward, and you can just click on it, and it will ask for your password. Keep that password handy, and it will install the package that you require. You have to press on the necessary yes, and give it a second to install. So let me just skip to the last part. Yeah, so it takes a few minutes for the package to get installed, but yeah, let's type again Vim, and your script name could be anything, and you have to end it with .py, and you can type in the Python syntax that you want to be executed. So I am just going to print in some very simple statements like hello world, and this, let's just print somewhere of 2 numbers, right? Yeah, and save the file. So we have now written in our first script. So if you type in ls, it will list all the files available, and you can see that this file that we just edited or just wrote is just that, right? So for executing this Python script, you have to just type in python3 space the file name, right? Once you do that, you can see that the output is printed here, right? So far we have covered 2 ways. One is using the Python interpreter, and the second one is executing a Python script, right? So we looked at some very simple variables like int, float, and string. There are few more data structures that one would need when working with them, something called list and a dictionary. So you can declare an empty list using this statement. This could be your list name, could be any variable name, right? And followed by square brackets, right? And if you want to print the list, you can do this, right? If you want to initialize a list with some, let me say L1, and with some elements in it, you can do that, right? And if you want to print that list, you can type print L1, or you can type print L1, right? And so if you want to extend this list, like add something to this list, so you can say the variable name of that list dot append followed by the entity that you want to append, right? And if you want to visualize L1, you can just say L1. You can see that now we have added 4 to that list, right? Let me clear the screen. Similarly, there is another data structure called a dictionary, where let's say, and this comes as curly brackets. So dictionary will have a key value pair, right? So D of, you can write in anything here, right? Something like this, right? You can save certain key value pairs, right? Now if you do print, you can say that there is a name that is key and there is associate value Prashant. So if you want to add something to this, you can again add age 30. Again, if you want to print D, you can get that, right? Yeah, and if you want to access any particular key, you can just type in the name, okay, and you can access a particular key as well. So you can keep adding different key value pairs, and you can access a particular key value pair as well, right? You just have to call the key name, and the associated value will be extracted and put forward. So this is two very simple data structures in Python that are very useful when you're extracting or playing around with data. One is a list and the other one is a dictionary. Now let's exit this interpreter and look at how we can install new packages, right? So associated with this is something called pip. So now we will look at how to install Python libraries. To do that, you would need something called pip, PIP, and we would need to install that package installer first. So to install that, you need to say apt-get install python 3 minus pip, right? So give it, so you would have to do this will install pip, but meanwhile this will take some time to installation. Let me skip to the last part. Yeah, so we have installed pip3. So now to install any package, any new package, let's say we want to install a package named numpy, right? So we have to type the following command: pip pip3 space install numpy, right? And if you want a specific version of a particular package, you would have to say is equal to followed by the version name. So if I want a version of 1.2.1 or whatever that is, you would have to specify that number here, right? You can do that, but if I don't want to specify, I want to just directly go ahead with the installation. It will install the latest one that is available, and yeah. So it downloads the package and it will install that particular library, right? Once you install this library, it will be accessible for usage in, let's say, the Python interpreter or in the Python scripts, right? So let's give it a second to install, and let me skip to that part. So now the package is installed. Yeah, so let's say now you want to access the package that is installed. You can open the interpreter and you can just say import space numpy, right? And yeah, so here we have seen how you can install a new package that is not available, and then you can use that in the interpreter, right? NumPy is basically a library that is used for many data science application. It allows you to work with large amounts of data in a very speedy manner. NumPy will be covered in future tutorials, so I'm just giving you a brief as to how to install it, right? So let me exit this, right? Yeah, so one more, the final aspect of this tutorial is something called virtual environments. So we saw that how you can install a particular version of a package. Let's say if I want to install a particular version of NumPy like 1.2.1, I can do this, right? So if you're working with multiple applications in your machine, you're working with one application where you need NumPy version of 1.2.1, in another you need a NumPy version that is 0.6.0, right? How do you manage that? Because in the same system you would need different version of the same library installed, right? So this is where virtual environments help you a lot, right? So let me cancel this. Yeah, let me clear the screen as well. So you can create a virtual environment using a Python library called venv. So to install that, you can type sudo apt install python 3 hyphen venv is virtual environment, right? So okay, password. So let me skip to this last part directly. So now the package is installed. Let's clear the screen. And to create a new virtual environment, you can just say python 3 space minus n venv and followed by the name of the environment. Let's say so tutorial environment, right? So this would be the virtual environment name, right? So once I type that, it will take a second, right? So now the virtual environment is created. Now we have to activate it, right? You can see that a new folder called tutorial env is found. So you can, so to activate it, you would have to go source followed by the location of this thing, and you can see that now you are in tutorial env, right? And this tutorial env, you can install any packages as per your need. And you can let's say in another for another application you need another version of a same software or the same library or the same Python library, you can create another virtual environment, right, and do the application development there and switch between these two virtual environments, right? So this allows you to have different versions of the same Python library, and you can switch between these environments as you need, right? And within these virtual environments, you can again install any package using the same commands that we saw earlier, like pip3. Using pip3, you can install any version of any library that you want to use, right? So in this tutorial, we have covered how to use Python in Ubuntu from interpreter as well as running a script. We have looked at how to import packages. We have looked at some very basic Python very basic Python functionalities like variables, lists, and dictionaries. And another thing that we have looked at is how to install new libraries using Python libraries is using pip3. We have the final thing that we looked at was creation of virtual environments. So this will be all for this tutorial. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions pertaining to this tutorial, feel free to put it on the forum. We'll be happy to help. Thank you.